we need to stay calm in all situations. Remaining calm and relaxed is a good way to save energy. When stressed, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol, hormones that give you an instant energy boost. However, these hormones also make it harder to fall asleep, so they're not ideal for saving energy in the long run. On the other hand, when you stay calm and serene, your body naturally produces endorphins, hormones that improve your mood and make you happy. When we are in a stressful situation, our first instinct is panic. We feel like we've been backed into a corner and don't know what to do. Thoughts circle in our head about all possible consequences, and then when we try to make a decision, it's clouded by fear or worry. If we stay calm and think clearly, we can often find a solution faster than if we're panicking. That's why we must stay in control so that we can think clearly in any crisis. In short, staying calm is vital for your survival. Right, guys? I'm sorry. Unfortunately, English is not my mother language. When you're in a crisis where you feel anger or stress, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones have side effects. They speed up your heartbeat, constrict the blood vessels in your brain, and make you feel shaky and anxious. The problem with the stress hormones is that they can cloud your judgment and make it hard for you to think clearly. When deciding what to do next or how best to handle a situation, it's important to think clearly so you can do the right thing. Think. When calm, we can approach negative emotions and challenges with logic and reason, rather than letting our emotions get the best. This means that when faced with something difficult or stressful, we can think objectively about how best to proceed and hopefully make better decisions than when we're under stress. Serenity makes you better problem solver. Serenity makes you a better solver makes you a better problem solver. Oh my god. What is this sound, guys? From the street. I'm sorry. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Sometimes the best way to solve a problem is to breathe. Our breath. When you're not calm, you're more likely to react impulsively instead of acting rationally, which can be disastrous when solving problems and making decisions. If you take a moment to calm down and think about what's happening without reacting immediately, you can see things more clearly and make decisions based on facts rather than emotions. When we worry about something, it's easy for us to make rash decisions without thinking about the consciousness. When we're calm and can think more clearly about what needs to be done to achieve our goals, we can also see things more objectively, which is why it's so important for leaders in companies or organizations to remain calm in stressful situations. When you're calm, you can make better decisions, because when we have a calm mind and think clearly, we can objectively assess a negative situation and decide what course of action is the best for us. When we feel stress and anxiety, our judgment can be clouded by our negative emotions, and that's not good for decision making. Oh my god. Okay. Serenity helps you understand other people's point of view. When you feel calm, it's easier to understand another person's perspective. That's because the part of your brain that processes your emotions is responsible for how you perceive the world. When you're more emotional, it's harder to understand why someone has a different perspective than you do. When you're calm, you've more energy to focus on understanding other either than reacting to them. When you're quiet, you can listen better because you don't feel like your back is against the wall. You've time to process what someone else is saying before you respond. And when you're calm, it's easier for you to understand where the other person is coming from because you're in control of your emotions and they don't interfere with your judgment and responses. This also helps others stay calm. Have you ever noticed that the people around you are also calm when you're calm? By that, I don't just mean that you're calm and quiet, but that you have a calm expression and voice. When we're emotionally charged, our bodies are flooded with adrenaline, which causes us to feel nervous, like we're flying off the handle. It's easy to see that this isn't a good way to lead by example. On the other hand, when we are calm and relaxed, we exude a sense of contentment that others pick up on, and they'll do the same next time you want to set a good example at work or at home. Try taking a deep breath and paying attention to your body language. It'll help you stay calm and be a role model for those around you. Oh my god. For those around you. You can set a good example by being calm. When you're in a situation where your team needs to be calm and focused, it's easy to lead the group by becoming nervous and distracted. But if you keep your cool, others will follow you and they'll trust you more. If you've ever been in an emergency like an earthquake or a fire, you know how important it's to stay calm and focused. When people around you panic, it's helpful to have someone who can stay on top of things, even if it's just trying to help with medical care or something important. next time your team has to deal with something difficult, try to take on the role of the calm person. You'll be surprised how much this can help others focus on what's important, exactly what you want them to do. Staying calm helps us control our reactions. We may not always be able to control the people and situations around us, but we can control how we react to them. When we experience a high stress level or feel anger, we easily lose our cool and lash out at someone without thinking about what we're saying or doing. This makes it harder for us to solve problems or get along with others, and it makes life harder overall. But if you keep a cool head and think carefully about your next move before you act, you'll find that you're much more likely to achieve your goals. Plus, you'll feel like yourself again. When you notice yourself getting upset about the problem, take a moment to breathe deeply and focus. It may help to leave the situation for a few minutes. This will give you time to calm down before returning to address the problem more effectively. When you're calm, you're more likely to make rational decisions. You can also better control how much information you share with others because your words and actions are less likely to be influenced by your emotions. When people are calm, they have more confidence in others. This means that other people feel safer around someone who controls the emotions and are more willing to share personal information with that person. Calm people are also more confident in their decisions and therefore more honest in their dealings with others. The next time you're faced with a decision and realize you're getting stressed or angry, remember